launched and what are the stages of the Saturn V. Now let us get into the video to get more facts about the Saturn V. The video, as you can see, here is the Saturn V ready for the launch. Now its status is retired and it launched twice in Kennedy Space Center and total launches is 13, then success is 12 and failures are nothing. Then the partial failure is Apollo 6. Then first flight is on November 9, 1967, Apollo 4. Last flight on May 14, 1973. Now let us get to the next slide. Yes, here is the first stage of the Saturn V. Its length is about 138 feet. Then the diameter is 33 feet. Then the empty mass is 287,000 IB. Then its kg in kg means 130,000 kg. Then the gross mass is 5. Now let me write it up. Now its gross mass is this much and its kg means in this much. Now the engines is called the rocket Diane. Then its thrust is 7,891,000 IBF or 35,100 kN or the sea level. When the specific impulses is 263 seconds. That means from a sea level 2.58 km per second. Burning time is 168 seconds. Then fuel is RP or 1 or the LOX. Now let me move to the next slide. As you can see, here is the second stage. Its length is 81.5 feet. Then about 24.8 meter. Then its diameter is 33.0 feet or 10.1 meter. Now its mass is about 88,400 IB and its weight is in kg is 40,100 kg. Then gross mass is 1,093,900 IB. Then in kg means 4,96,200 kg. Now its engines are rocket Diane J2. It's called the J2 rocket Diane with only one engine. Then its specific impulse is 421 seconds in vacuum, about 4.13 kilometers. Their burning time is 360 seconds. Then fuel can be filled as LH2 or the LOX. Now let me move to the next slide. And here is the third stage. This third stage length is about 61.6 feet and here is where the astronauts live. Then the diameter is about 21.7 feet or 66 centimeter. Then its empty mass is about 33,600 IB in kg means 15,200 kg. Gross mass is 2,71,000 IB or in kg means 1,23,000 kg. Now its engines are rocket Diane J2 the same. Then the thrust is about 2,32,250 IBF and 1.003 in vacuum. Then its force is about 421 seconds in vacuum. Then burning time is 165 seconds plus 355 seconds to burns. Fuel or LH2 or the LOX. And as you can see, here is LH2 means liquid hydrogen tank. Then the 3D insulation, as you can see over here. Then the astrological system model. Then Earth intersearch and the J2 engines is over here. Then the Reto motors, then the thrust structure. Here is where it connected to the third stage. Then here is the separation plane. Here is where the thrust will separate. Let me draw a line over here. Here will the thrust will separate. And here is liquid oxygen tank for the astronauts to breathe. Then the common bulkhead is over here to cover the liquid oxygen tank. Then the cold helium spheres to control the level. Then the cable tunnel is over here. It connects to the astronauts to the space centers. Then here is the fuel level sensors. Here it will check the fuels, how much it is. Then the forward skirt is over here. Then the LH2 vent or the liquid hydrogen tank vent. Now let me move to the separator. Here is the separator. This photograph was taken during the final assembly operation of the Saturn V launch vehicle or the Apollo 4 mission. The instrument is called the unit, then was hoisted to be maintained at S1 IC, then S2, then assembly in the vehicle assembly building high bay in the Kennedy Space Center. Note the X marking in the side facing the 12th clock. As you can see, here is the X marking. This facing was on the 12th clock, indicating the old coordinate system in use for the machine. Location 6 has the silver cylinder in the water accumulator. Then 4 shelves are hold the batteries. Now let me move to the next slide. And here is where the separate fires up, and it's of no use, and it goes in the Saturn V. See, it goes out. Then here is a separation of Saturn's third stage with 5 engines. Then here you can see a bit of better view. See, it's gonna take off and it's gonna leave the third engine. Now let me move to the next slide. And here is the model of the Saturn V. In museum or you can also buy it anywhere to get model. And here is where the Saturn V is stayed. And you can see it at this one. Davidson Center for Space Exploration. In this museum you should go and you can see the Saturn V. And let me explain about it. Here are the RCS to get the correct level angle, and here is where the astronauts will here. And here is the emergency system. If there any emergency or it is been fired, the stages are been fired, means it will take the astronauts to the safe place. Then here is the separator over here, as I told. Now let me move to the next slide. Then here is the third stages 5 engines. As you can see here, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 engines. Now this is why it gives a more power, and why they added means to get more thrust from the earth. If the more thrust is there means after the no gravity they can go easily, no. So that only they had more engines. Now here's the second stage engine. This is also the big but only a single engine, because now the rocket will be escaped from the Earth's atmosphere. So they just need one single engine to fire up and to get to the moon. Now let me move to the next slide. And here is where you can see the Saturn V rocket. And here is Saturn V. Let me move to the next slide. As you can see, here is the separator. It fires with lots of fire, but now still it is been conserved in the museum. Now thank you guys. Today we have seen the launch of Saturn V and where it is been stored and the stages of the Saturn V. Now thank you guys. Let me see you in the next video. Bye bye.